What's good, yo guys? And now we wait. I'm hoping for a Hickman Jones. Let's see if I can get out of this. Oh, no, I can't. Let me go check my messages now, can I? Scheisse. Oof. Oof, maybe I can... Oh, yeah, I can share it. Decent. What? What? Okay, apparently I cannot share it through YouTube. Fuck. Alright, now we wait. Again. Oh yeah. Get that teeth picking action in there. Nobody's on today. Oh gosh. Eh, nobody wants to watch me crappy stream. Kinda sucks. Just a little bit meh. Oh, hello there. Hickman Jones cometh. So, art thou Hickman brain prepared for what I hath concocted? My cock? Yeah. He just cooked a beef pasta. Savage. I love beef. And pasta as well. Pasta is famously good. I shall contract diabetes after this. My mother hath diabetes. She had hepatitis C too, actually, but there's actually a cure for that. Beyond what they had, it's just kind of a thing that stops it from reproducing in the bloodstream, and it just they put the shit in that kills it, and it fucking dies. Yeah, kill them little bitches. Fucking cells, faggots. Huh. Gay. What's good, yoga? Yeah, I know. I know it sucks. It's real bad. Loading every 5 seconds. What? Nani? That's gay. What's gay? That's real gay. Oh. What's good, nigga? Oh, fuck. Got sweat in my eyes. Jesus, maybe I shouldn't. Oof. The Wi-Fi, 'tis bad. Maybe I'll move over. I move over here. This make a signal better. Can you see the screen now? You have the normal problem. Oh, you have a big problem. Oh, shit. Stand this. There we go. Actually, just take this thing and set it. Huzzah! Maybe I'll just fucking fuck myself. Oof. Yeah, it is hot out. Is it smoky down where you live right now? Because it's smoking like a son of a bitch up here. There's fires down in Washington that blows up to us in the Okanagan, and we're in the fucking valley. We get all of it. It stays where we are for a good period when it comes. Ha! Your mouth is open. Huh? Fuck. Jesus. Retard syndrome. I know. I shouldn't say it, but I do. Don't begin. Hold up, switching PC. Professional cactus. Ah. I poke myself in the foot. Hurt my foot real bad. Oh. Perhaps you didn't know yet. Perhaps I should show you something. Very special, very dear to me. I'll wait for him to get back online. Oh, hello, Dad. I wonder... I have other lights in here, so let's see. How's it like that? Ooh. Spoopy. I wonder what'll happen if I see if I can fucking find it. See if I can find it. Oh, hello there. What's good, Nyoga? No, that's bad. I'm gonna say that every time I join. You gotta say, what's good, Nyoga? What's really good? My food. I'm gonna turn... Ah! I just kicked over my drink! Thank God there was a lid on the sumbitch. How's the diet? The projector right on the part of the room that you are seeing. Oh yes. What's good, Nova? Maybe I'll do this. Put this up here for lighting purposes. Lighting is very important, boys and girls. And what I'll do, because I'll have the light shining this way, and I'll move you. See under the bed here. Does that work? No, that's not good enough. Could put it up on the floor. Okay. So maybe I can just... Ooh, just a little higher. Come on, baby, 'cause I wanna get higher and higher. Got smoke fat, toke big. Toke big, suck bigger. Oof. should be magnifique. What's good, Nilgla? Oh yeah, that thing I wanted to show you. I can, but not at my house. And I would outside, but, like, I do outside, but Wi-Fi kind of doesn't reach, and I can't do it on the property, so yeah. But anyway, you're wondering what this is, probably, I'm assuming. This, you know what this is? Take a screenshot right now and reverse this and tell me what this image says. You know what this is. This is replaced Mountain Dew Voltage with the title of Blue Death. I'm drinking this now. This is Crush. Yeah, but what flavor is it? What flavor is this? This is blue fucking raspberry. This is blue fucking raspberry. And goddamn, is it fabulous. Really just... You know, when 7-Eleven brought that pop around that was their blue raspberry, it tasted like piss water because it was piss water. Probably literally, I guess. This isn't. This is Crush. This is really good. In my opinion, blue raspberry is the most savage thing ever. Most savage flavor. Oh, you're dehydrated, are you? Wow. That's okay, because now it's time for me to talk about that AVP mod. This thing I wanted to kind of make. I talked to you about it. This is probably the first time the rest of my channel would be hearing about this, and because this is on my timeline, I guess I'll leave this. Not many other motherfuckers are watching it, none of my friends do, even though I send it to them. I kind of think my channel is gay. That's okay. So do I. You know what? Oh. That is good. That is good lighting right there. I'm actually going to bring this closer here. So I might as well just have both my lights on and then bring this closer because this is going to look really good. Yeah, I'm more active on your channel than most. Yeah. I've seen George Osi around. That one time he popped in and he dipped. And then Coester was one guy in his channel I haven't seen any activity in for a while. I think maybe he has a new one. Who knows? Maybe he'll find my channel again one day. He's a pretty savage guy. I liked him. Yeah, people do that often, and I hope he does. Same, dude. Same. But anyway, that AVP mod. So have you looked up a guy by the name of Eulandos? Not yet, I haven't had time. I would do that. If you're going to watch any series, though, I would say watch it from the beginning. At first, it's really... I would suggest you another AVP mod thing. Actually, you could probably look up the channel, but his videos are all privated now. I think probably because he had an issue with just little kids contacting him and stuff. He was kind of like, you know, people on the internet are going to think I'm a pedophile, so I'm just going to stop doing that and privated all his videos. I think at the very least if he... Because he could make himself a very big channel, just very easily. His content was quite quality. He did a few different mod combinations. He did what was it? Slender Poop Comes Alive, which was the poop mod where you build a toilet, make poopy paper. You literally just make toilet paper with paper, wipe your ass with it. Make shit armor. Yeah. Literally shitting bricks. And you cook it in a fucking oven. Wear it. Yeah. And then you had the Slenderman mod, and Minecraft Comes Alive. Minecraft Comes Alive programming is also something I'm probably going to want for AVP mod, something like that. Your major demographic is me. Fuck. My channel is dead. There's like 155 people, and only like a few of them watch. Tiny demographic. But I mean, I guess I don't know what the average is for most people. I don't really do uploads very often. I'm getting more into that. But once that fucking computer comes my way, oh yeah, bud. When I can record through a computer and I can get that Minecraft mod going, fuck yeah, dude. The gameplay's gonna be savage. So anyway, most people watch at night. What do you mean? Oh, actually, that's true. Because there's people, I've looked at my statistics, and there's people in like parts of Africa that watch, and I assume they speak English at some point, or maybe they just maybe they just watch me because they think I'm funny, and even if they don't understand what I'm saying, perhaps. But I mean, somebody's watching there on the other side of the world. A few people. I think George Sosi is an Englishman. I'm pretty sure he is an Englishman. I've got a few niggas in the United States. I've got some dudes up in Canada here. I think there's a few people that have tuned into my channel that live in Vernon here. And I'm going to bring this on live chat here. Live chat, there we go. Most people watch tonight. Starving African childs watch you on iPad given them by Steve Jobs. Jesus, isn't Steve Jobs dead now? Oh, fuck. Starving African. Hopefully not. Maybe they're in a good part of Africa. Or is there one? Oh, roasted. I'm talking before he died. Oh, shit. Where Steve Jobs would come back from the dead and hand me a fucking iPad. Like a prime-ass custom iPad. Yeah, he gave iPad. He could have just... It wouldn't have been any sweat off his back just to give some fucking... I mean, he's really kind of limiting those African children because, I mean, they don't have Wi-Fi. The fuck are they gonna do? Just some games on it, fucking Angry Birds, like, lol. Truly no connection. But, I mean, somehow, in 2017, the Africans hath Wi-Fi. I mean, I don't know. I don't know where in Africa it was. It just said it was in Africa. You'd be like, 1 minute I gotta get water, and yeah, it's sweat. It's the sweat in the Chinese sweatshops. Oh my god. When you come back, message me. Or message the chat. And I will actually continue talking about the one thing about the mod that I did not talk about you, Hickman. Because, I mean, you're the only one watching. So, I mean... Actually, that's not true. Because other people watch my stuff at night. And they've been watching my streams. Because my streams get, like, what? 20, like, I've gotten ones that have had, like, anywhere from, like, 15 to 20 views. Some of them. So people tune in. And out. Some people, I'm pretty sure some people tune in while it's live. And just don't say anything. Oof. 'Tis sweet upon my tongue. Oh, geesh, what time is it? Oof. Oh, it's 8:30. Decent, that's prime. I'll probably end this at around 9 then. Play some games for an hour, probably some Metal Gear Solid 5. I wish I could get 3 on the Xbox One, that'd be really nice. Just remaster Snake Eater. Oh, so badly I want. You back, are you? I suppose I'll talk about the final. Yeah, Metal Gear 3, awesome. Have you seen, like, I've not played it, but I've seen a playthrough of it. And the guy that played through it was pretty fucking prime at it. He didn't really do a lot of healing on himself. He ran through the game in about 7 hours. He'd played it so many times over. Yeah. They did kind of fuck 4 up. But I like some of the content in 4. I like the Metal Gear Ray fight, to be honest with you. That was pretty nice. And then they had Psycho Mantis around again. I guess in a different body. Fucking, he was just a poor widow boy, too. All he wanted was some love. Bad Russians treated him bad. Anyway, AVP. What was that one detail I was gonna mention? Oh yeah. So essentially, hold on a second here. Essentially, what's gonna be happening when you enter the world? I guess I'll talk about the first thing that all the races have in common. They all spawn into the world in their various starter positions. Now, when starting into a world, you'll have nothing. But when you spawn as a player, your first controllable avatar will be a predator, an alien, which can evolve. It can evolve into something like a queen, but it will always respawn as just a simple alien drone, unless it's something like, if it was a pred alien that became a pred alien queen or an empress or something like that, which I do want to make a reality, it would revert back to just a pred alien or a runner or something, and need to be leveled up again. That's how the aliens would work. With the predator, because the Spartan armor, yeah, you do start off as a facehugger. And you can go after other players too. You're a one-hit kill, but you're going to be playing 2v2. I would recommend you be playing 2v2. And I say this because, well, it's when you're commanding armies, you need a couple of different hands. And the advantage the aliens are going to have is, and you're going to find there's probably going to be a lot less cattle around. There's going to be cattle in some of the settlements you can build that'll have some cattle in them, and you can breed selectively, but you a bunch because frame rate. You need really, really good computers, and it would help if the people that I brought in to try to do the acting and stuff, maybe they're looking to support their own channels as well, starting off like this, just playing. Every world, however, some of them you can set them so that they can only be played with certain people, and if you do have another player, he needs to know the password, and he will essentially take the role of the player that isn't around anymore. Each world is kind of set like that. But you spawn in your baser form, so you spawn in as a facehugger, a marine with a basic combat knife. The marine tools are all you're going to need. You're not going to really need to build the stone axes and stuff, but you can. The marine tool, you chop wood with it, but it's the slowest. The elite, because you can spawn as different Covenant races. the brutes, the hunters, and stuff, like, they're locked. But eventually, if you get, like, leveled up enough, you can get this stuff. Croissant, hello. Have you been listening in on my little Minecraft AVP Halo mod crossover ideas that I wanted to do? Oof. Well, okay, so you spawn in. I'm trying to get like a 2v2 thing going. 2v2v2v2, because 4 eventually. 4 is going to be all there is, and then there will be AI things like if you enable it, you could have an extra AI controlled race, which would be it could be the Prometheans, could be the Flood, if I program them in eventually. Engineers. Invited him from the Discord server. Oh, nice. Make sure you subscribe. Hit the bear button. Oh, yeah. If you do it, I'll show you my tits. You're pretty good. You're pretty good. No! Oh! He's not a true autist. You want to see something sexy, boy? Oh. Oh, yeah. Oh. No. Yes. Stop. Say I'm a virgin. Fucking say it. Stop. I'm a virgin. You know the line. We all do. You know the line I'm referring to. Say it. Oof. Stop. I'm a virgin. Yes. Yes, I got him to say it. Okay. No, please. Stop. I'm a virgin. Oof, that meme. Hey, Croissant, guess what? You're not a virgin anymore. Ha! Dies from heart attack. But that's me, I'm so fat. Fat and gay. Oh, we got an edgy boy over here. You know what? If I start doing Twitch, that's going to be my Twitch subscriber announcement. Oh, we got an edgy boy over here. Just exactly like that every time. You're not the only one who's fat, ooh. Thick. Be ye man, or be ye thought. Just kidding, lady. What do I don't even know what that's Japanese for. I just know it's Japanese. The 3 of us are fat. It doesn't help that you're 15 and you get fucking drunk. Like all the fucking time. You great bastard. Fap Club. Fap Club! Alright. Lol. XD. Croissant. Just a Fap Club. Huh? Your mouth was open. No, you meant Fap. You meant Fap. We all meant Fap. We all meant Fap. Well, rar XD. Lol, you know what? Just to be edgy, I might actually end up just opening my own fucking Pornhub and actually doing, like, porn videos. Like, it's actually porn, but it's some really fucking dank meme shit. I mean, I could actually do that. Just keep my channel fucking savagely hidden. Give it out to my Patreon. You want to see my fat titties? Hey, what's good? I got them breasts. I got them breasts. Oh, boy, I want them breasts. Oh! Oh, yeah. The Weeaboo Mask Mark II. So that Justin kid, I caught him snooping around in my room. You know what else he did? He stepped on my fucking mask. The Weeaboo Ninja's powers activate. You didn't see that. Where the fuck's the chat? Where's the chat? Wow! Weeaboo Ninja power! Activate! Weeaboo Ninja power! Activate! Sharingan. Can't do that. I have my own Weeaboo technique though, and I need some crackers to throw. Fuck you, mask. Well, yeah. Ah. What's good, niggas? I'm holding you hostage. Grip strength training. What did you say? Sherry boy, is that your twin broski? Oof. Oof. Bitch gun. He honestly looked like you, lol. Who the fuck? I look like who? Like who? Who do I look like? Who do I look like? What the fuck? That's gay. Fuck out of here. You know what? You know what that makes me want to fucking do? Like right now, Hickman Jones. Fucking untangle this thing. Just skipping rope. Have you guessed what I'm gonna do? Ooh. That's kinda gay. Just a little bit gay. So gay that I had to say it was gay. Can I just... Oof. Maybe I can... Yeah. Here we go. Fucking just fucking... Oh, yeah. It's not even fucking tight enough to choke me. Jesus fucking Christ. Can't even fucking kill myself. What's up? You what? You what, bitch? Ugh. I'm retarded? Oh, fuck. I know what that is. Are you retarded? I activate my trap card. Sends out a thought. Get back, thought. Weeaboo Ninja power activate. Where the fuck did I put my mask? There it is. You want me to activate my Weeaboo Ninja power? I'm gonna destroy your thought in one hit. Thought, be gone. Thought. Thought. Whoa. 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 Thought defeated. What? No. Damn, what the fuck are you doing? It's 12 in the morning. I'm raping bitches. But anyway, that AVP mod. So you start out with 2 players. Well, if you have 2 players on a team, up to 8 people. And then each of those people that you're playing as, they have keep inventory on. So when they die, they are your respawn. Your respawn on a planet, like you can leave a hive on its own under orders. And the order detail has got to be very good. It's got to be a very extensive set of very specific commands that can be used and understood very, very well by the player. Yeah, hive life, man, hive life. But not just for that, because you can play as humans. So it's not like it's the humans are not referred to as the UNSC as a Halo thing. They're not the USCM as a Marine thing. Both are present, and so is Weyland-Yutani. And Weyland-Yutani is originally a bad guy, but in the story thing, eventually they're going to just help humanity because they're well, it's humans. And eventually the Flood is going to become a threat in the story as well. So essentially, what you're going to be able to do is you're going to have a thing that you can build. Now, you can be, for a base level hive extension, let's say, that's just an example of one of the alien structures. Now, the aliens need to not really do anything to build at a high resin, but you can decorate the inside quite extensively, not just by placing blocks, but by making a certain order of things, making just a little spot, maybe just cobweb textures, but black. And they essentially stop them. So the Covenant is against the universe. No, in the story, it's going to start out as an alien story, and you're going to have just some Colonial Marines. Halo Marines are there. They're both contracted through the existing UN, which is their Master Chief doesn't exist. It's just a Marine named O'Rourke, and he's special essentially because he is able to undergo the full Spartan 2 treatment that normally only certain children could get. His genetics are extra special, and they're able to do that to him. But he starts out as just a Marine. In the UNS, not in the UNSC, in the USCM, he's a Colonial Marine, and that's where he gets his background with. The Halo Marines are around. They're not on the space station though, and this is going to play into how I'm going to play the game. Now, you can capture alien players in the game. You can capture groups of their xenomorphs, and they, cut off and isolated, will make their own hive under their own orders. That's the smartest thing for the alien player to do anyway, even if he is contained. You can make them so those hive players can't get out, essentially, but because there's 4 different races, and 3 of them have ships, essentially, if you got xenomorphs stashed away anywhere, all it really does is mean that somewhere there's a good cache of xenomorphs that if, say, a missile from an enemy ship were to strike a certain space station of a certain race, they could be set free upon the station out of their little habitat and into other areas. That's why you need to design them well and put a lot of resources in there to make sure that none of the alien casts are able to break any blocks. It's used by a major server if there's a hive wars between... in major servers, that it might be hard to do. It's going to be for people that have higher grade PCs, because some of this is going to really be bad for frame rate. Particle effects and things like that, even then, I would say turn down. Just drop it low. keep render distance kind of in the middle. Yeah. But servers like that could work. I want to do a multiplayer style server, and I want to do a separate launcher for the campaign. Of course, it's going to need its own custom launcher because it is such an extensive mod. Certain mods are going to be compatible with it, so things for easier crafting and things. Eulandos used Botanica, things like that. But I think I'm going to have just one mod and have this as its own standalone thing. Things like the Morph mod kind of thing would be something that could be beneficial, but I wouldn't recommend doing it because it kind of breaks the immersion pretty well. If two Hive merge, who is queen? In this one, all the aliens are kind of working together. And there's a certain limit. Like, there's no limit on how many queens you can have, technically. But there's going to be so many different dimensions that you can have them on, and they will not load in. It's going to have to be able to work so we can support 2 players going into different dimensions. Like, you could have 8 people, so it has to be loading a place in 8 different dimensions. So I guess it would be okay for loading and stuff. If I think about it, it shouldn't be so bad. But if it is, I might have to figure something out. But it's going to go into the rules. But with the campaign, essentially, it's going to go with how I play. So if you capture an alien player, you can have them, but as a rule of thumb, and this is going to be a very important rule of thumb, you don't want them breaking out, because if you contain them, you cannot train them, but there are certain machines I'm going to put in so that when you contain xenomorphs, you can learn things about them for their DNA that can eventually be used for research, such as acid-resistant armors, things like that, such and such. Carapace armors, just armor upgrade things like Xenomorph Carapace armor upgrade, things like that. Basically, XP is everything, but XP is going to be called something different. Aliens evolve with XP, like they evolve with kills, but XP is their upgrade focus. Anything they kill, essentially, that drops XP. The aliens do not mine anything. All the aliens do is kill other creatures. That's all they need to do. They cannot break blocks. However, they can cover blocks with hive resin. Now, the base hive resin blocks will do what it does in the current Minecraft AVP mod, where it will... actually, I think it may be different now. They just cover it. But essentially, it's going to be like mycelium, where it spreads, but it only spreads on the surface. Not like grass on dirt. Like grass on dirt, but it goes up onto the walls and ceilings and transforms that block into a hive resin block. And that can be dug into certain depths and whatnot. Essentially, if you build it, you can't hive resin things like obsidian. Because that wouldn't do anything. But if you... should cover stone, iron, yeah. But essentially, if so, say a xenomorph comes up to stone and covers... Well, no, stone just becomes that. So an ore, like iron. Iron takes a fucking stone pickaxe to mine. But if it's a hive resin block, it'll need an iron one. And so on and so forth. Then you've got stuff like gold and diamonds that now takes a diamond pickaxe. And diamond ore takes a diamond pickaxe. But gold and diamond, like the gold, because it's more malleable, will mine a little bit quicker. But the diamond that's covered in hive resin is going to be like it's going to take roughly the same time as obsidian to break. So they can make all kinds of shit. Aliens can go through hives around a human's base. Like, they can just cover it. It doesn't spawn them like it used to in the original mod. They're not just going to be spawning out in the wild. They require your attention to build their hives, and you can eventually give them a certain set of ordered parameters that each hive will follow, and they can essentially just follow those mechanics and keep themselves alive while you're absent working on other hives. One hive per planet. For a main hive, you can make little base hives that you can establish, but they're small, little clutches, really. A few tunnels that you can dig into and your aliens can hide in if they get wounded. Just a place where humans can't go, but they could throw a grenade in. So make them long, make them complex to shield from a blast. Because, like, the creativity of Minecraft is still in it. You can still place blocks and stuff, but you have to make hive resin blocks. And the crafting system is, well, hive resin can just be created out of nothing. Well, no, maybe the aliens' inventory will always be full of a certain amount of stuff, and then there's another little place there that they can have, and then their evolution system is tracked differently. But they don't have any armor and stuff on, but they have a base resistance that essentially means they don't need armor. So, in the beginning, an alien drone is going to have a good advantage. An alien drone is like, the human has a combat knife. The elite will have one of those Sangheili swords that we've seen in Halo 5, them holding, not the energy ones, but the actual blades. Just an ancient kind of blade that he has. The grunt is gonna have a little advantage. He's gonna have the stage 1 plasma pistol, and there will be upgrades for the weapons as well. I don't know why you would make a grunt the first thing you would have, but if you've been playing in that world for a while, like, you could change which unit is your spawn unit, which is the one that has the keep inventory on. So you could essentially, if it's 2-on-2 teams thing, I am actually going to start moving this around and holding it up like this, because this is, I feel like I'm not paying attention quite enough. So the aliens just kill organisms and use them as hosts. There is a limit, but the limit of units is higher per base, essentially. It's not per world. So the number of organisms in the world are going to be jacked up a lot because of the alien hive. The aliens, essentially, you can have a maximum of 40 units for your big bases and 25 in the smaller ones. Like, you can make like that. With the aliens, their hives can be bigger and dug out into the ground, and their unit capitas are larger. Their unit capitas are much, much larger. It's essentially a 3-to-1 ratio of aliens. Like, of just alien drones that are in that area. The littler bases don't support queens, but assuming you create it, like, you wouldn't be you could take over, if you wanted to take the time, an entire cave system, but I wouldn't do that. What I would instead do is just let the generations build it for you. You could build room after room after room, and eventually it'll say the space has reached maximum size, and it'll occupy whatever chunks that it occupies, essentially. That'll work for all bases. You could build a predator base stuff. Yeah, cave system is a waste of resin. 64 resin for one facehugger carcass. Nah, it's not like that. It's the queen lays the eggs still, but it's all reliant on food, just the basic food items that drop from cows and stuff like that. Aliens can't hold certain items because that would be inconvenient for their inventory because they don't use it. They can't hold wheat, they can't hold seeds and stuff like that because they have no need to. They have everything they need. Basically, picking up that stuff would make them less efficient because they already have their own genetic means to populate themselves and keep themselves populated. However, they can create hives inside of like sewer systems and stuff. If you build like a human city, so no, they can't farm animals, but they can kill animals. Food supply is very important. So if you're an alien, if you know where things spawn in Minecraft, then you're probably set. Like an open plain. Do it, but you won't. The stream is so laggy though. Oof. Who is this person? What are you doing, pink boy? Fuck, I got an itchy nose. Why that? The stream is laggy because, well, it's just laggy. You will never know. Oof. Oh. Actions. Oh. Hide user. Oh, but I can't make you... I can't make you a, like I can tap on you and stuff. And it pulls up actions. I can report you, remove you, your comment, put you in a timeout, hide user on your channel. But one thing I cannot do is make you an admin through the phone. It's kind of gay. Well, anyway, so they can make their own hives and stuff like that. The predators are different, though. The predators and the three ship-faring races kind of have some similarities. Like building and getting materials and stuff, but different materials are necessary. Like, really necessary. So, when you got materials saved up in a certain chest, he says, yeah, you can get different kinds of aliens. However, the pred aliens aren't singular, because sometimes the pred aliens were depicted as singular creatures. They kind of just didn't help the hive at all. They are helping the hive this time, because that is just better, I think. Egg morphing is present, as well as the queen system. It's just, I'm going to try to tie it in so there's certain situations where egg morphing is just more efficient than a singular drone morphing into a queen. For example, if a singular drone molts into a queen, she's just got eggs that can't really fight for her. So, egg morphing just kind of turns a dead carcass into an egg, and it leaves an active xenomorph to watch the growth, so that it can build a hive slowly on its own until eventually a queen is created. The purpose of egg morphing. And predators, they benefit from certain environments. Now, putting yourself in a hot region actually has an effect. So, in a jungle, it doesn't quite have... It's humid, but it's not deathly hot. So the xenomorphs don't get warm there. But in a desert, in like a hot-ass desert, the xenomorphs' carcasses, like the xenomorph's chitinous resin, which is black, which attracts heat very well, is going to be hot on the surface. So the predators are going to be able to see them if they've been inside of the desert, of the desert biome for a while. This effect is off-putted by water, stuff like that. But the effect is off-putted a little slowly, so you got to give yourself time to lose yourself. Water is also something that's very nice, and the xenomorphs have kind of an effect, like most of them have it, but some don't, like the chestbursters. The smaller boys really don't have it. But the ones that are good at gathering stuff, like drones can, a warrior can gather, a pred alien can gather, stuff like that. They can essentially ingest a certain amount of water and keep it as just water inside of them. So they can bring a block of water, but only one. They can't carry like multiple buckets of water around them. What about the different ocean biomes? The aliens, because they can breathe in space and underwater easily, they can kind of really just go underwater if they want.
But that's not really a good environment for a hive to be created because hosts will drown before a chestburster can develop. So they need air, essentially. Well, no. Underwater, the facehugger would stay on to provide oxygen to the host for a longer period of time instead of just falling off like it usually does. It will essentially allow the xenomorph chestburster to be born regardless, and no one is watching now. It says no one's watching. You're still there, Hickman? Oh. Oh, you are? Okay, good. Oh, that's another thing I should talk about. So, obviously... Fucking, hold on a second here. Obviously, xenomorphs can breathe in space and underwater. Spartans can as well. ODSTs, certain models of the ODST, like the very basic model, not, but the Model 2 has, like the second upgrade on the helmet has the thing that if you have the second upgrade on the body as well, it'll work. It'll work fine. But if you have Model 3 on the helmet, you don't have to have an oxygen tank with you. It's just a Spartan-style rebreather. And the Halo Marines have access to that. The equivalent of the ODSTs on the UNSC division, because you could build UNSC or USCM ships and UNSC ships, water's third and stuff like that. Like, yeah, the second upgrade, they can breathe underwater, the second upgrade with the helmet, but in space, they need to have the oxygen tank and mask thing that the space mod has. Would have something similar to it. Stuff like that, yeah. Predators, assuming they have a biomask on, some models of the biomask that have like open mouth designs do not work at all, but they can be out in space with their most of the biomasks. With the grunts, all of the grunts can be out in space. Obviously, they can breathe. Jackals have stuff they need to have. Certain armor pieces. Well, no, because certain like Spartans don't need to worry about the oxygen in space at all. Their suit can process other things into oxygen in this chronology, and I'm going to leave it like that because that makes the Spartans a little bit more on par with some of the other races. And I'm actually going to turn off the light over here now and just sit like this on my bed again. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, oxygen scrubbers need iron and stuff. There are some covenant, like engineers don't need air or anything. Not engineers from Halo, the floating bastards from Reach. And 3, the exploding cocksuckers. Those little fucks. Yeah. Certain elite helmets with certain upgrades, like anything that's full, like the pilot one from Halo 3. Anything that covers them completely, like that domed one. Stuff like that. Any closed model one at... and any closed model helmet for any thing in the game essentially will just contain, like at its third upgrade, it can work in space. At its second upgrade, it'll work underwater, but in its third, it'll work in space without a problem. However, if you just have the second upgrade that is the water rebreather,
you need an oxygen tank and need to watch your oxygen count while in space. You can get random armor from high-level enemy ships bases. Yeah, you can scavenge their stuff once you have essentially completed a certain amount of requirements. For example, you can win a battle of attrition with a ship, whereas when you kill off everyone on it and they spawn back on the last dimensional planet they went to, this does not include the Nether. You cannot ship jump into the Nether, because it's just a poor decision, and none of them ever do it because there's no space in the Nether, and that's why it's not listed. The Void, however, you can take your ships and battle the dragon with your little pelicans and banshees, and I'm gonna come up with some designs for some predator ships as well. And Too Hot, yeah. That would interfere with the Predator's vision. However, the Predator can go into other dimensions, and there will be trophies for different creatures, like the Wither Skulls are easier to get for the Predator because the Predator's weapon makes skull drops more often from creatures, so he can get the heads off of creatures easily, like more easily. And this will stack to the effect of the Wither Skeletons as well. And if you, as the humans and as the Covenant, if you trap different, like if you trap the Xenomorphs, you'll learn stuff that you can upgrade all of your units with. On the whole, it's like a passive upgrade. So like Xenomorph chitin armor, essentially, just genetically grown in with the fibers of the suit, and it makes it stronger. It makes it a lot more bullet resistant. That also makes it acid resistant. A Xenomorph trap. No, you don't catch them really so much as you have to, because they can break iron doors and stuff. There's going to be another thing. It's just going to be titanium. The Predators use it. The Covenant use it. The humans use it. Just one metal, titanium. And then there's other stuff that is more rare that they can find and use individually as well. So, like, pretty much just like the actual AVP mod. It would be special using resin. Yeah, but you don't need anything to get the resin as the Xenomorphs. That's just for making your hives and stuff. That's one of the things that makes the Xenomorphs so nice, because they could just produce, well, a little bit of food. Let's say you have 3 in their crafting menu, 3 pork chops, or like a whole bunch of pork chops or something. Or just meat. 3 in a row will create a block of resin. And they could just use that. Or 2 even, just to keep it down a little. Well, yeah, but essentially when you have enough resin for it, you can make the expansion. But there's a certain list of things you can build, and essentially you build it from a certain spot, and you just have a little indicator wand that you would use, like a little tool that the Xenomorphs would have, and you give it the left click with it, and it will indicate where essentially this building will fuse to the outer part of your cave. What about fishing? Can Xenos eat mob fishes? Yeah. When the Xenomorphs, like, not using a rod, yeah, there's going to be a fishing system, essentially, where for the Xenomorphs, like, there's going to be, like, fishing equipment. Like, the Predators can use, like, a rope dart thing. The Covenant use net traps, and they put them in streams, and fish swim into them. And it's like a shock thing, and it not like electricity though, like a little pulse shock that kind of disables them, and the net tightens on them, grabs them. Is this General from the General's Car Insurance 9 or 10? What the fuck? Nate Hegroes. Hickman, are you streaming my stream on Discord? You gotta tell me the truth, Hickman. Nope. How the fuck all these niggas finding me? Holy shit. I don't even know this dude. Oh. Oof. Oh, okay. Yeah, I got confused because somebody joined earlier. I'm gonna stop here. Well, not here, but yeah. Maybe I shared your channel a lot. That's true. Oof, but what the fuck was I on about? But you can also trap things like the wither and get wither resistance built into armor. But I mean, like, Spartans are costly to produce. And if you're a human, essentially, you're going to make your main unit a Spartan, but a badass Spartan. You're going to give him everything. But other than that, like, because Spartan armor is expensive. Like, you could produce a shit ton of Spartans, but you don't want to make all your units Spartans, because some of them niggers are going to die eventually, and you lose that armor. Like, it drops on the ground. It can be recovered, however, because Spartan armor recovery is a thing in the lore. It drops onto the ground in a straight 4-block line. 1, 2, 3, 4. The boots lying there, the pants, and whatnot. Or maybe it'll just be a 1-block pile of armor just lying there. And in it is the Spartan's inventory. So, stuff like that. But only Spartans leave them alone. Can you add one Easter egg for me? Sure. What Easter egg? Oh, Jesus, you can't say that on my stream. Lean towards the sky or a higher position. Who are these people? I'm scared. They just show up asking random ass things. Nate, you better not be saying that. If you get my channel in trouble, you know what'll happen, Nate. Yeah, you keep saying that stuff about black people. I've removed your comment. I can kind of let it slip when I use the A. I said A. View deleted message. Oh. But you said no, I said nigga. Yeah, no ER. I don't want to get banned, my nigga. I can smoke weed and say nigga, but I can't add the ER. Oof, but in like 3 minutes here, I'm going to go play some Metal Gear Solid 5 on the Xbox. Can you moderate the chat? I'd like to be able to set you to moderate the chat. Yeah, you can say nigga. Yeah. I'd like to be able to set you to moderate the chat, Hickman, but there's no setting for it on the phone to actually set you as a moderator. Probably on the PC, though, but I have access to a computer, but there's no camera through it, so yeah. What was the other thing I wanted to... Oh, yeah, the Spartan armor and stuff. And you can build ships. There's ODSTs, which are like upgrades to the Marines. Eventually, you take their armor, you put it in like the advanced crafting thing, which has more crafting slots in it. And then... What's the hostility targeted in the vicinity of Nate? Because he said the N-word... I'm just kidding. I don't really mind like the ER, but on YouTube and like social media stuff, it can get me in trouble, and I gotta watch that because YouTube nowadays is a very easy place to get stricken, and that's why I will never actually monetize directly through YouTube, because I don't want YouTube having any business with my money or being able to one day say, hey, no more ad revenue. So I'm not getting it in the first place. I don't need it. And quite frankly, I think I need to be 19 to get it anyway. So sucketh thy cock, peasant. Yeah. I can smell your breath from here. Oh, Oh shit, I'm gonna have to go. But anyway, the advanced crafter is a thing that like all the different races have. They have their own model of it. They take it, has more slots, put in more items. You can create different stuff that you can't with a regular crafting table. And such, and simplified crafting for bigger items. Can we watch you play Metal? Nah, because I have to shut the stream off now. Otherwise, my game will not load. I tried loading Metal Gear Solid while streaming. It doesn't load. And you're not going to be able to see anything either. Because there's actually no light bulb in there, and let's just say the lighting will be you won't be able to see fuck all. I don't even play with the big boss player model. I just play with the Naked Snake one, like the fucking custom character one. So it's not even anything that interesting. I have the Tornado 6 though. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna bring this, and I'm gonna bring my new stand thing because I can actually now set this up as means to record myself doing it. So I'll stream for the next 40 minutes. And then maybe actually after when I'm in my room, I could actually do this until 11. So that'll be just 10 minutes, just almost 10 minutes shy of 3 hours of streaming. 20 even. No, 10. 10. I did do the math right. I did the math. Oh, yeah. Oh, you did put the light bulbs back in. I'll see. See, that's nice. So, I'm going to turn this like this. I'm going to bring this. How much of that screen? Oh, I might have to rig something else up here. Maybe I'll bring this. Yeah, I think I'll bring this table over there. That's just lower. And I'll pull that over further like this. Turn that this way. All right. All right, so let's see. So I need to be able to. Oh. What if I... Oof, yeah, no, that's not gonna quite hold that up. Just enough. Just more than can be provided. There we go. So... I can still... yeah, you guys can still see. Where's my controller? There's my controller. I'm the only one watching, and I give a fuck about the angle as long as I can see to screen. I'm gonna try to just... Oof. It's reversed for you guys, isn't it? Could I turn it around, perhaps? If I went and switched this the way the screen is, so it's not like a mirror. Yeah, perfect. All right, so I'll have to. SteelSeries makes the screen recorder that I wanted for my Xbox. What do you mean, French boy? Oh, I don't have a thing to set this up with properly. So, Hickman, I'm gonna come back in a different, like, I'm gonna be able to have my screen flipped. Oh, that'll be nice. Okay, so check out the other stream in a minute. Peace.